11 minutes before the hour on Daybreak Live for a Tuesday morning. Laura Heath from Sylacauga City Council District 5 joins us. Laura, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us today. And it's a busy week for council folks, including yourself.
Yes,
you're going to be over at Pinecrest Park for Governor Ivey here this morning.
We are. We're going to be there at 10 a.m. dedicating the Veterans Park.
And it's going to be a fantastic event. A lot of hard work has gone into that.
Yes.
And you talk about beautifying Sylacauga and that 280 corridor. People can see that park and how
Yes,
beautiful it is.
They sure can. It's going to be quite an event today, and I'm looking forward to seeing the governor and seeing all of our vets.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It is Veterans Day week here in town, and the Veterans Day parade is Thursday, and I understand it's going to be a reverse route starting on Norton this year.
You're correct, it is. Several of us council members will be in the parade along with Sylacauga Little League state champion teams.
Are you going to be in the parade?
Yes, sir.
Do you have that wave down yet that you do when you're in the parade?
I've been working on my wave. I've got a little bit more to go with it.
Hey, good news is the Sylacauga Little League boys baseball championship team in Alabama is going to be in that parade.
Yes, sir. We have two of them, the 9 and 10U and the 11 and 12U.
Wow, that's going to be fantastic. And also that day as well. Now, after the event, the parade, you guys are going to be going back over to the Post 45 for a meal for the veterans. And
that's correct. We'll be over there directly after the parade. We were invited several months ago to go back to the Legion. That's tradition. After the parade every year, they go back and they cook hamburgers and hot dogs, and we were grateful for the invitation.
No doubt about it. Laura Heath, District 5 Sylacauga City Councilman, joining us for a few minutes. Let's talk about this past weekend. The fall or the holiday shopping season kicked off, and what a great success it was.
Huge success. Excuse me. Merchants succeeded from last year's sales. You know, the tallies aren't official yet, but so far $25,000 was worth of merchandise was sold from downtown stores.
That's fantastic, and this is the best time of the season for our shopping stores here.
You're correct. It was a huge event, wonderful turnout. Grateful for everybody coming out and supporting our local businesses. Now,
you are a first-term city councilwoman and was elected last year, and District 5, where is that district exactly?
My district it goes from Fayetteville to Childersburg, around 280, all the way to Odina, Cloverdale, Center Point Acres.
So it's kind of spread out then.
Very spread out.
Yeah. Your first year is complete.
It is.
And actually it's going to be end up a 5-year term, right?
Correct. We got extended a year to offset the municipal and presidential elections, so they don't fall within the same year.
So what have you found to be pluses and minuses of being a city councilwoman?
Well, everything has pluses and minuses. You know, I deal with all walks of life, and you know, I work with many different walks of life, and it's been a very rewarding experience so far.
Now, you are a working mom with what, 2 children?
I've got 4 total.
Oh, 4, oh wow, okay. And that keeps you going, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I live for my kids. My kids are my life, and you know, I'm a mom first before councilwoman or any other titles.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Laura Heath, our guest this morning. Let's talk a little city council stuff this morning, and all eyes have been on City Hall for months now, and talking about the possible splash pad, talk about the possible new pool, new civic center. Your thoughts on this, and how do you feel about the movement that is ongoing now?
Well, you know, right now there's a little bit difference of opinions among the council on how we should proceed. And, you know, we've got to come to a common agreement to move forward with the process. I believe we need a pool. That needs to be our first thing, that we either, you know, fix the existing location, which it's already been voted on to put a splash pad, which I voted against.
Why did you vote against the splash pad?
Well, you know, it doesn't serve the community as a whole. I feel like a pool should be our main priority. And the splash pad will only serve certain age, you know, groups and stuff. And so I believe if pool should be priority, because that serves the city as a whole.
the splash pad was set to be in operation late in the summer. Of course, that didn't develop. Is that something that's on the table, and is it going to be done or not done?
Well, EDT came to our last meeting and gave us a timeline. So by December 21st, it should be bid out.
Okay.
From my understanding. And you know, things change, government works slow.
Yeah.
They don't always go as planned, but the timeline that we were given was it should be around December 21st.
So does that mean a splash pad next year?
The way it was presented, it sounds like it.
Yeah, okay. Now, there's also conversations about relocating the J. Craig Smith Community Center and becoming a civic center. Where are we at on that? Any idea?
Well, we are in the very beginning phases of that. There was an offer presented for a master plan at our last council meeting, and two of us voted against adding it to the agenda, so it'll be on our next council meeting agenda. Excuse me. Yesterday, I requested a request for qualifications to be placed on our our upcoming agenda, so that we could give opportunity to different companies to send in their qualifications to do the programming part. I'm not so sure on the master plan because we already have a comprehensive plan in place, and I feel like there's legalities there from what I've researched that could we could get into some ethical violations if we proceeded with the master plan route at this time without going through the proper steps.
Right, and there's strong opinions, pro and negative, against building a civic center because it's going to cost multiple millions of dollars to do that. And also there's strong opinions, many strong opinions about the pool and the splash pad.
You're correct. I have my own opinion on it and what we could do to have both in the same location. And there's a kiddie pool at the current location that is inoperable, and you could put a splash pad there, fix the existing pool. There's many options that we could go with to make sure that our children and our elderly and all of the families and individuals in our community have a pool. Good
news too is Sylacauga is growing. A lot of new businesses coming in too.
Yes, and that I love growth. I think it's wonderful. There should be announcements coming soon of several new businesses that are planning to build.
That should put a smile on people's faces too.
Yes, growth is always a good thing. There was a spec house built over in near Ashton Park in North Creek. It sold immediately. People are building houses, and we're moving forward.
That's
and it's wonderful.
All right. Hey, I appreciate you coming this morning. I know it's a busy time for you and Laura Heath, District 5 City Councilman here in Sylacauga, our guest. We'll see you over at the Veterans Park this morning.
Yes, we will.
All right, more Daybreak coming up right after this.